I often get questions on how I tackle different jobs.
Because we're smart.
And in my line of work, although no two jobs are identical, there is a certain series of steps that I take to get each one accomplished.
I manage my department, and I've been doing that for several years now.
Your department's just you, right?
I am not easy to manage.
So my expertise, I focus on grading and yard repairs, and I get a lot of enjoyment and satisfaction out of it.
I'm kind of a big deal.
When a potential customer sees that you have a passion for what you do, that speaks volumes. Is a really good indication that you're going to be the right choice for them in terms of the quality of the work that you'll perform. Step number one is obviously the initial contact.
Show a little class, a little sophistication, and we're in like a dirty shirt.
If it's an initial email, I'll always respond in a very professional manner, indicating at some point that I need to talk with them personally over the phone. A lot more information can be conveyed over the phone than it can the back and forth over the emails. So make sure that it winds up as a phone call. But once I determine that the customer is genuine, that they are serious, they really do want the work done, usually a way that I'll handle that as well is ask them to send me a few photographs. Can you take a few pictures? Send them back to my cell phone. In this day and age, that is super easy to do. And if they can't even take the time to do that, that's a pretty good measuring tool to determine how serious they are.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Now that we're actually at the customer's home, this is where a bulk of the planning is occurring. So I'm taking notes, I'm taking photographs, I'm listening to the customer, and I'm telling them from my perspective what I would do if it were my house. What's realistic and what isn't. There are some customers out there that no matter what you do, they'll never be pleased. And if I get that sense, it's not a situation that I want to willingly put myself in to possibly disappoint a customer. There's no amount of money on earth that's worth it to accept a job like that.
I'm not trying to rob you. I'm trying to help you.
Step two is prep for the job. So once I've determined everything that I'm going to need to fulfill the customer's expectation, now the day of the job arrives.
My anxiety has kept me up for over 50 hours.
If materials are involved, you need to make sure that you bring more than what you think you're going to need. Absolutely vital. You don't want to have almost enough to get the job done.
It ain't got no gas in it.
Get more of what it is that you need and come back. You don't ever want to be in that position. It doesn't look good, it's not nearly as efficient, and it's going to take you a lot longer to get the job done. Because it's rare that a job will go smoothly and according to plan.
Certainty of death, small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
The third step is manage the job. Sometimes there are unknowns.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
The unknowns can create chaos. You got to take control of it. In the types of work that I perform, I do a lot of brush cutting, stump grinding, moving a lot of dirt. That's the thing about running a business, is that you have to be easily accessible, which means this phone is going to keep going off. My fear is that if I shut this down or mute it, I'm going to potentially miss something important. The fourth step is deliver. Once you've taken control of the chaos, you now have the ability to set out to do what needs to get done.
You must not fail me.
The fifth and final step is to actually finish the job. Make sure that the site is completely cleaned up. Frankly, it should look better than what it did before you arrived. talk to the customer, look over the project, make sure that they are completely happy with every single thing that you've done. Do not just load up the equipment. You don't ever want to give the customer the impression that you think that you're finished before they think you're finished. Have them tell you how great and how wonderful it looks. Then you ask them if it's okay to start loading up the equipment at the end of the day. While they're super excited and extremely pleased with the work that you just did, it's a great opportunity for them to tell the world what they think of you and your high quality of work.
Would I rather be feared or loved? Easy, both. I want people to be afraid of how much they love me.
If you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments below. I take the time to read them all. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.